Hey guys, it's Full Cards here, live and direct from Brooklyn, New York, and today I'm going to crunch a little box of the 2018-19 O-Pee-Chee from Upper Deck. See, 8 cards per pack, 11 packs per box. O-Pee-Chee's been very kind to me over the years since I was a little boy. I've been very fortunate getting case autos. Of course, now the case autos do not exist. They have different types of things within the hobby boxes, like your trophy patches, manufactured patches. Of course, none of that exists within these little blaster boxes. Of course, you do get these black bordered minis, which is kind of cool. You do have these blank back box bottoms, as well as different odds for your good stuff. So you can see right there, more or less, that you would get retro variations, Marquee Rookies, season highlights, league leaders, team checklists, 1 every 2 packs. For your minis, 1 of 11 theoretically. You get your minis, you get short print minis, and so on. A bunch of good stuff going on within this product. Big proponent of O-Pee-Chee just because it's $15, $20 for a little blaster box. Very often the hobby box is dipped to $30. The rookies you'd be looking for, of course, is Donato, Foster, Middlestat, Toivonen, Anderson, etc., etc. So let's crack this guy open and just see whether we hit a couple of good rookies or whatnot. So there it is. I mean, very cardboardy look, of course, and we haven't even peeled the cardboard open yet, so that is par for the course with O-Pee-Chee. O-Pee-Chee really is a low-end product, and it's all about fourth line players in the 360 of the game. 11 packs here, though, theoretically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so that works out well. We have Casso or Patrick Roy or St. Patrick on the cover, which is cool to have a retro legend. There aren't that many legends anymore, unfortunately, in the set of 1 through 500, and then the next 100 to 600. They sort of have a lot less legends now. Now they're more than like case hits. But let's see what we get. We had Jake Allen in the first pack with his beautiful blues look, cardboard fair, which we're sort of accustomed to. And let's go through our cards here. John Carlson, Tyler Pitlick, and our first retro variation is of Michael Bodker, who's shown some flashes early in his career. So that's kind of cool that we have our man here, Michael Bodker. And so these retro variations stem from 1967-68 Topps, which is the year after Bobby Orr's rookie year. So you can go back on eBay and take a peek at 1967-68 cards to see what they look like. And you'll see they look similar, except the background's more funky. There's sort of like drawn in crowd in the background. But it's basically the same form of fashion, although in the different direction. These are horizontal as opposed to the vertical ones. Nate Thompson, Chris Russell, Bobrovsky, always good for your hockey pool because he's a monster. There's OV, and it's a league leaders, which would be a card numbered above 500. So it's up on your checklist, league leader. And we have an Eric Halla, the King, and Tom Pyatt. So all of these guys here thus far would be just base for your face, except for the league leader OV. So hoping to maybe get the Foster, the Donato. I've already gotten the Donato. I don't know if I have a Liam Anderson. He would be a good guy to get as well. Sebastian Aho, Brandon Sutter, Antti Ratta, who I actually really like. We have a Michael Backlund, and then we have a Marquee Rookie, and a Marquee Rookie is Zach Aston Reese, who is actually a really good one to get. He's definitely shown some flashes, and they expect a lot of him this year, so we shall see how he does. But you can see that he's already played a few games, and he's amassed some points in his first year, so that's a very good sign for Zach Aston Reese. And then we have a Logan Couture exclusive black mini parallel. And because it's, I guess, 46, it means it's a common as opposed to a short print. The short prints, I believe, start in the 50s. And above, there's 3 tiers to the minis in terms of short prints. And here we have a checklist of the caps. So this would be one of our high numbered cards. Again, 500 to 600. And there we have Corey Perry, who just suffered a brutal injury. I think it was a knee injury. He's going to miss quite a bit. The poor cat. He's had a wonderful career, actually, Corey Perry. And I believe he and Getzlaff had won the cup in their first year. And they probably could have won it another 1 or 2 times, given how well they played. They just haven't necessarily had consistent goaltending in the past couple of years. Although Gibson's been good. Okay. Well, I was thinking of the time that Bernier had to sub in for them in a year when they might have won the cup because of injuries. Andrew Ladd. And then here's Montembeault. Montembeault, who's out of the Quebec Junior League. The Quebec Major Junior League, and yeah, and I guess last year he played in the AHL. Interesting. Okay, so that's a Marquee Rookie, another Marquee Rookie, and here we have a Corey Crawford mini, and that is a 32. So again, it would not be a short print per se. Nonetheless, kind of cool. Dumba, Mitch Marner, and All-Star of Braden Holtby, who would be 120 on your checklist. Still a couple of packs to go. Just scrolling through these packs here. I think I paid under $20 for this box. Fun box nonetheless. Dumoulin, Cam Fowler, Clayton Keller, Oscar Sundqvist, and here we have a Nick Cousins gray parallel. It's interesting how the gray parallels and the non-parallels kind of look exactly the same. I think that's why they're deemed a bit lackluster. I think within a blaster box, we should get 2 silver parallels, I believe, is my best guess, if I understand this correctly. 2 per 11 packs. We have Luke Glendening, which would be our retro. Connor Hellebuck, who had quite a year last year. Thomas Hickey. It's helpful as a goaltender in terms of having good years when you have a team that is rolling so well offensively. Ask Grant Fuhrer. He built an entire career out of it, making one big save when it mattered. Tech Thompson, Alex DeBrincat, Johnny Quick, best name for a goaltender. And we have a team checklist, and this would be a retro team checklist of the Dallas Stars. As you can see, it's a little bit dinged, I think. Oh, why is this card dinged? That's unfortunate. Not that it really matters. And you see who's on their checklist. Continuing on, Darnell Nurse, who I really like. I saw him play in junior, and I thought he was very physical, very strong on the puck. I think Darnell Nurse is going to come online over the next couple of years if he hasn't already. He definitely is a big body out there. Drew Doughty, and we have, okay, so we have a couple of things here. Let's see what they are. Behind the James Neal, we got Spurgeon, Shoshnikov. We have a team checklist of the Minnesota Wild, as well as a Marquee Rookie of Daniel Brickley, who I did not have, as far as I know. And it's a silver parallel. That's kind of cool. And how many games has he played in the NHL thus far? 1 game? I'm trying to zoom in here a bit. Huh, okay. Continuing on, 3 packs left. 1, 2, 3. Will this video be under 10 minutes? I do not recall ever having a video under 10 minutes. Continuing on here, we have Brian Elliott, who's had a bit of a mixed career. Ryan McDonough, who's had a good career, although he's on the descent. Panic, Daniel Sedin, and we have Dylan Gambrel. Dylan Gambrel rookie card. That's pretty cool. And look at this. So he's played 3 games. He's -1, okay. I was trying to figure out whether he's -1 or -3. A lot of people don't believe in plus minus. I actually really do. If you're on the ice for goals, it's a net negative no matter how you look at it. And a lot of people dispute that. People are into advanced statistics, but I think plus minus has always been a good shorthand. There's Scott Darling. That's actually pretty nice retro. I just like the look of him with no background. But, a lot of people debate that with regard to plus minus. As a goalie, to me, it means something. Like, for example, Erik Karlsson has had years where he's put up 80 points and been minus 15 or minus 20. To me, that does not amount to a net positive. You end up with a losing hockey team. You can blame the goaltender, but at some point in time, you're a tourist out there and you need a map quest to get back to your own net, says the goalie, though. So it comes from a goalie's perspective. Oh, cool. So we have another one of these little black mini parallels. And the black mini parallel is of Matthew Tkachuk. Again, not a short print per se. And they do have variant backs, or variation backs, if you like. Okay, last gas here. Let's see what we get in our last pack. Perhaps we can get a Foster, perhaps not. I still do not have a Foster card, although I would like one as a goalie. That emergency goalie was one of the best things that happened all last year, particularly for Habs fans, because we had nothing else to fucking be, pardon my French, to be positive about. Connor Hellebuck. And this is a season highlights of Connor Hellebuck. And here we go with Alex Koglioski, if you wish, and Kyle Clifford, Derek Forbort, and Thomas Chabot. Thomas Chabot is a great hockey player. I really like Thomas Chabot, and he should do really well. So, not that he has any pressure now that Karlsson's gone. That's basically it, guys. So I'll do a quick recap of what we got here up in this 917 here in New York City. Do a quick recap, and let's see what we got, what our math bore out for us. Okay, guys, so we got this beautiful box, this cute little box. Beyond that, we have all our base sets. So this would all be base, nothing crazy about it. A couple of those All-Star cards, which is something they've done since the 1970s and 80s, have had those All-Star cards. So this is all our base, a nice big stack to build out our 1 through 500 base set. In terms of silver cards, we got 2 silver cards, silver parallel cards. We got the Nick Cousins, as well as this Marquee Rookie of Daniel Brickley, and so that's pretty good. So 2 of those rookie cards. In terms of our retro cards, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 retro cards. So that's 1 every second box, more or less. So there's a pack, more or less. There's 11 packs per box. Okay, Mass, what more did we get? We got 1 league leaders, and our league leader would have been of Alex Ovechkin. Beyond that, we have these team checklists. We have 1 sort of base team checklist. Other team highlight, by the way, is Connor Hellebuck. So that's another, so league leader, a highlight, a team checklist. And then in terms of our, oh, there's another checklist, second checklist. And then in terms of our rookies, we got these. We got Dylan Gambrel, we got Samuel Montembeault, and we have a Zach Aston Reese, who's actually a pretty decent hockey player. Finally, with regard to our minis, we have 3 minis. We have this one here of Corey Crawford, as well as these 2 black border exclusive to these boxes. A blaster box, we got the Tkachuk and we got the Logan Couture. So that's basically it. A little break of the fun stuff here of the O-Pee-Chee 2018-19 blaster of Fulton cards. Please subscribe to more videos of a bunch of stuff coming up. It should all be fun and games. I'm Fulton Cards, live and direct from Brooklyn, New York.